In this video, we're going to show you how to install the master cylinder on your Kia Sorento. We're going to remove our air intake tube. We have to use our Phillips head screwdriver. And normally what you want to do is unscrew the center. And as this comes up, you can use your trim tool to lift it up. Now ours are slightly damaged, but normally the center will come up and you can get your trim tool underneath, lift up the centerpiece, and then pop out the bottom. Lift this up, pull it towards you, and set that aside. Now on the front side of our airbox, you're going to notice two 10mm bolts on the front side. I want to get loose and remove these here. Using a 10mm socket and a couple extensions, I'm going to go ahead and loosen and remove these. Then we're going to move to the top of the airbox. I want to loosen this here. Now we're going to go ahead and use an evacuation tool here. You can use a turkey baster if you want to, but we need to go ahead and evacuate as much fluid from the master cylinder reservoir as possible. So we're going to go ahead and open this up. We have a container on the side to go ahead and pull this out and put it into. So let's go ahead and do that. Now brake fluid is corrosive, so you want to prevent this from getting all over other pieces and parts. Now I'm going to go ahead and put a drip towel underneath here. Kind of tuck it down the best you can, because we are going to lose some brake fluid. So kind of set things up here a little bit to catch as much of that as possible. Now it's not going to be 100% foolproof, but it should work. Now on the side right here is an electrical connector. There's a little spring clip right here. You're gonna push it down. You're gonna feel it go in and then pull that connector off like so. Go ahead and tuck that off to the side. Next thing we wanna do is go ahead and break these brake lines free. Let's go ahead and do that next. Now these are 14mm. I'm just gonna use a standard open end wrench. Break that one free. Okay, that one there is broken free. Now we're just going to go ahead and loosen both of those and undo those lines. Okay. Go ahead and pull that line out. Let's go ahead and repeat for the back one here. Okay, now that we have both of those lines undone, we want to go ahead and remove the securing nuts on the booster itself. Let's do that next. I'm going to use a 12mm socket on our extension here. We are going to be reusing this hardware, so go ahead and pull that off, set that aside, and then we're going to go ahead and get this upper one here. Now there is a nut and a lock washer on this. Make sure you get both of those. Okay. At this point, I'm gonna go ahead and take this and pull this straight out towards you. There's the unit. Now we have our master cylinder set up in our vise, and we went ahead and clamped onto one of the ears here. You want to be careful and make sure that it's not over tight because you don't want to snap this off. Now we also have our bleeder set or bleeder kit installed here, and we have the reservoir fill up with fluid. Now I'm going to go ahead and take my screwdriver here. It has a rounded end on it, and I'm going to go ahead and push in on the piston here. And what's going to happen is we want to go ahead and purge any air out of the system and burp it out. And this could take 10 or 15 pumps or so to go ahead and make sure you get all of that air out. Once you're satisfied that you have the system burped of any air, we can go ahead, pull these out, put our cap on, remove our lines here, and then go ahead and install this on the vehicle. Now I want to clean the booster itself, clean the surface around the perimeter. Now there's a seal here on the back of the master cylinder that will seal up to the booster itself. Now when installing this unit here, you need to make sure that it lines up with the two studs Then install your lock washers and your nuts. Now when assembling this here, do not use power tools. Don't use an impact gun. Don't use an impact driver. You want to use your ratchet. We're going to gently snug these down evenly. If you use power tools, you can damage the booster, the mating surface, all that stuff. So be careful when doing this. All right, just snug those down gently. Torque these down to 12 foot-pounds. Once we have that torqued, we can now install our hard lines. Once we get our hard lines started here, we can go ahead and wrench them down. So if you have the ability to do so, you want to go ahead and torque these down to 16 foot-pounds. If not, just go ahead and make those good and snug. Go ahead and spray that down with some solvent to clean up any residual brake fluid. Wipe it all down. Install your electrical connector. Line that up. All you have to do is simply line that up and push it on. The snap clip here will lock itself. And then go to remove your towels. Let's install our airbox. Once we have that set up in place, let's go ahead and install the 3 bolts securing it. Now that we have our 3 bolts installed, we can go ahead and snug those down. Once those bottom out, you're all set. You don't have to make those super tight at all, as there is a rubber bushing on there to secure and hold everything. Then we can secure our intake tube here. Now you just want to make that snug. Now we can install our air intake tube here. Install this onto our air filter box. Bring this down. You want to take your buttons here, install the lower portion, and then push down on the center and secure that. You're going to do that for all 3. Well, sometimes these plastic buttons, they do break, so you'll have to source some replacements. Use a clean funnel. And then add the appropriate fluid necessary. Make sure you're right at that full mark. Put your cover on. Now we're going to go ahead and start our brake bleeding process. Now we have all 4 of our wheels off, and we're going to start at the right rear. Then we're going to proceed to the left front. At that point there, we're going to top off our master cylinder and then go to the left rear and end with the right front. Now we have someone inside the vehicle to go ahead and assist us while doing this process. We have a fluid bottle over here to catch the fluid from our bleeding process here. I'm going to go ahead and remove this cap. We have our 10mm wrench to go ahead and open up our bleeder screw. So we're going to put this on here. Now at this point, we're going to go ahead and have the person inside the vehicle go ahead and pump up that brake pedal about 3 to 4 times and hold pressure. Go ahead.
Holding.
While they're holding that there, I'm going to go ahead and open up the bleeder screw. And they're going to let me know once that pedal hits the floor, and we can watch the fluid and air come through. And we can see all the air bubbles in there, and that's what we're trying to evacuate. And we're going to repeat this process until we have a steady stream of fluid coming out. Go ahead.
Holding. Floor.
Go ahead. That last one has some good solid fluid coming through. And that's perfect. That's what we're looking to get here. We want to close this up, remove our drain port here. Now, if you happen to leak any brake fluid here, you want to go ahead and give that a spray with some spray solvent, clean that up, and then put on your cap. Let's go ahead and move to the left front wheel. Go ahead and open up your reservoir. Use a clean funnel. and then add the appropriate fluid necessary. Good, remove that funnel. Put that cover back on. Now here we are at the left front. We're gonna go ahead and pull off our rubber cap. Now if you don't have this rubber cap, it's not critical to the operation of the braking system. I'm gonna go ahead and put our bottle on here. All right, go ahead and pump it up.
Holding. Floor.
Go ahead.
Holding. Floor.
Go ahead. Now you can see we have a solid stream of fluid coming out, no air bubbles.
Holding.
We'll probably do this one more time.
Floor.
And this one here is perfect, so snug that down. Release this. Once again, if you have excess fluid dripping out, go ahead and spray that down with some solvent. Wipe it down and then put your cap on. And then we're going to continue this process. We're now going to move to the left rear, which is the driver's side rear, and then wrap up on the right front. Open up the cap. Now at this point here, you just want to go ahead and top that off. Make sure you're right at that full mark. Put your cover on. Now at this point here, you want to hop into the vehicle. Pump up that brake pedal. You want to make sure that brake pedal goes to the floor and it's really comfortable. If it is soft and squishy, you want to go ahead and repeat the brake bleeding process again. At that point there, install your wheels and go for a road test. You should be all set.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.